Hey y'all. So recently, I've been trying to find a different job, and it has not been going particularly well. And I wanted to talk about it with everybody because it feels like right now more than ever, it's just impossible to get employers to even respond to you when you put in job applications. To, mention a recent thing that's been happening for me, I've put in over 200 job applications in just the past couple of months. Out of those, I've received maybe 30 actual responses to them. And then from that, I've received 2 interviews. Now, this is a odd topic because it's really easy to say, well, then just be better. Maybe you don't have the right experience. Maybe you don't know what they need, or you just weren't the right candidate for the role. And if that was the case, that would be fine. But for some of these roles, it's pretty clear that they're not actually looking for candidates right now. They just have it open in case they find that unicorn role, which I understand, but is so frustrating for people like me who are genuinely putting effort in to try and find interesting jobs, things that actually might make a difference and might be meaningful. You finally find one after searching for literally what feels like hours to find these roles, and they've had that role open for 6 years, and they just have a revolving door going in and out of people, and they don't really care. They have it open. And I get why companies do this, but man, does it suck. I have a friend who he's extremely experienced, and for the type of role he was looking for, I don't know anyone who's more qualified. Really good personality. He has been willing to move around the country just to get the experience needed for these roles. And yet, it feels like every time he goes in for an interview, he'll tell me, oh yeah, that went really well. It went really well. They really like me. And then they end up just closing the role and not hiring anybody. And it's like, not only did you waste his time, but also, why would you even have it open, go through the whole interviewing process just to end up not doing anything with it in the end? It's been incredibly frustrating. And, the situations going on with the economy right now, I understand that it's hard for employers to make hiring decisions when they don't know, if they're going to be open in a month because maybe they got a personal tariff placed on them. I mean, I get it's not the easiest job market to be hiring in, but I have a fairly good resume. I'm college educated. I should be able to get an entry level role somewhere. I can't even get anything back for a receptionist position. Like, this is wild. I feel like I'm losing my mind. And I've spoken to a few people about it, and they've all said that it's just not the market for people looking for jobs right now, and that employers aren't desperate. They have the people they want, and they're going to take their time finding anybody else. And I get that. And so maybe this is more of a rant than anything else, but it is incredibly demoralizing to sit there, write out, cover letters, and try and make sure your resume is perfect, see if you have any connections, just for literally nothing to happen. And if each company got back to you and provided feedback on why you weren't hired, I wouldn't mind it. But I've gotten zero feedback from any of these companies, even the ones I've interviewed with, on why I wasn't a good enough candidate for the role. If I could be told, hey, your experience didn't match up, or this part of your interview didn't go particularly well and you'll need to work on that for the next ones. Okay, completely get it. And honestly, I'd appreciate that. But instead, it's nothing, or a generic, at this time, we're not considering you for the employment opportunity, but please follow us on social media and buy our product. Like, no, can you tell me why you didn't hire me? And it's just frustrating to sit there and not be able to make any progress because I don't have a measuring stick. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And so last few days I've just been shotgunning it, finding as many open roles as possible to apply for because I just need something. Like I'm getting desperate at this point, and I have jobs, so like I'm not, not in a dire situation, but at the same time, trying to find something that actually has some advancement opportunity and, helps me build a career, or even just something where I'm not, working off of shift scheduling anymore. And maybe I can, you know, set a time. I'm working then. I know how much I'm going to be making. Because right now it feels like the only places I could get a job at would be being a server. And I desperately don't want to do that. It's so weird too, because right when I got out of high school was essentially right after COVID, and you could walk in somewhere and get a job. That's what I did. I walked into a few different places. They all offered me positions, and I took the one that I thought would pay the most. Now you walk in places and they have no idea when you say, "Oh, I'm looking for, a job application." They don't want to deal with that. They usually just give me a phone number. I call it, no one responds. Send them a text or send them an email. Nothing happens, and that's the end. It's frustrating. You know what's the worst bit? I interviewed for a role, and in this role, I genuinely thought I was a really good fit. Like I had a lot of chemistry with the owners. I thought it was going really well. We had one interview and no response. I'm like, okay, well, I'll prod a little bit, I've got to show some initiative. I prod and I get a response right away after about a week that, yeah, no, we want you to interview again for this role. See how it goes. Okay, awesome, great. So set up an interview. It's 2 weeks later. We go in, goes extremely well. I'm like feeling really good about this. And then nothing. For a week I wait, end up, reaching out saying, "Hey, any update on this?" Nothing. Whole month goes by, not a thing from them. I assume they just forgot about me and don't care anymore. Literally on my birthday, I get an email from them saying, "Hey, heads up, we decided not to take you on for the role." Well, I could figure that out. You said there would be a third interview. Never got contacted about that. And then it's been a month since the last time you messaged me. I mean, at least have the courtesy to, respond quicker or say, "Oh, we're reviewing other candidates, but we'll get back to you whenever we know." Anything. Keep someone updated. It takes literally 1 minute to send an email. That's it. It's not hard. It's not something that takes a lot of energy or effort out of your day. It just is a common courtesy. And I feel like as someone looking for a role, I'm extending more energy and effort than the people who are actually looking to fill the roles. Which maybe that's the way it works. And, who knows? Maybe I've just been lucky my entire life and that when I've applied the roles, they've responded quickly, or, it's been at the very least, "Hey, you didn't make it into this one. Here's why." But lately, it's not been feeling like that. Now, good news on my front, the company I'm currently working for has a position opening up. It's something that I'm interested in. I think I could do a good job for. So I'm going to go out for that one. But in the meantime, sitting here and just getting constant rejection from people is definitely demoralizing and something that I just had hoped to avoid. But alas, this is where we are. So anyway, thanks you guys for listening. This is just going to be a little short one. So y'all have a great day. Bye.